they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. We're anticipating here just in a few weeks a great marriage. Well, it's not going to be equal to the marriages I'm going to talk about this morning, but it's going to be a marriage between Clinton and Wendy, Dr. Wendy. Anticipating it. In preparation of it. Now, the Bible said here in the book of Revelations that there is a call, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. Look then at Revelation 19:17. I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of the heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great God. Now, two different invitations, two different suppers. One is to celebrate the marriage of Christ and his church. The other is to celebrate the fall and the destruction of human government. Listen to what it said. That you may eat the flesh of kings and the flesh of captains and the flesh of mighty men and the flesh of horses and them that sit on them and flesh of all men, both free, bond, and both small and great. And I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and the armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone, and the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and the fowls were filled with their flesh. What a contrast! A contrast between a marriage, between the bride and the groom, and a contrast of the judgment of the governments that rebelled and turned against the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. See, whenever Jesus was a baby laying in a manger wrapped in swaddling clothes, he was so young and innocent and posed no threat to anyone. But when he began to grow, whenever he was found in the temple and 11 or 12 years of age, and there his mother and father brought him into the temple to go through the feast. And whenever they left 3 days later, they looked for him, they couldn't find him, and he turned and went back, and there he was sitting among the intellectual people of that day. Now, it's fashionable in America to say that there's not any God, to deny God. And we've done it to our peril. Because to deny God is to refuse the liberty that an understanding of God gives people.
Yes.
Government does not give you an identification that you are a child of God. Government gives you an identification that you are a servant of a system. Of a system that has received a mark and the number of the beast. Not some big tattoo on the forehead, not some branding on the forehead, but an understanding and an agreement that we have somehow or another become servants of the government. Instead of it being government of the people, by the people, and for the people, it's now become the government telling us what we will do and how we will do it. I paid 60-some-odd% taxes last year, better than that. And we're paying that much according to Mark Albert again this year. Oh, I thank God that I'm making enough money to be able to do those things. But what do we get for our 60-70%? I've been to the Scandinavian countries where they have socialized medicine, they have socialized education, they have socialized drugs, and they're all reaping the whirlwind. You know what we get for our taxes here in this great nation that we're living in? Pothole roads, schools that do not educate our children, government that does not function. Oh, we're not going to say that because, well, we have made a drastic, terrible mistake. We have taken and forsook the wells of living water, and we have hewn ourselves out cisterns that can hold no water. That's Jim Costa's personal secretary. She said, oh, wait, I'll make sure this is written down and Jim gets it. Well, I'm sure that he did. I said, does he realize that he is a representative? You know what that means? I said, you can represent me. I said, I am going to allow you to represent me. Amen? A representative government? Think about it. Now, this contrast of taking a marriage supper of the Lamb and then it coming together. Come and gather yourself together under the supper of the great God. See, it's really immaterial whether you accept him or not. At your own peril if you don't accept him. But God is God. We didn't make God God. God is God.
Yes.
And whenever we understand the fact that we as a Homo sapien, a living, thinking individual, have got the capacity and ability to have a concept of a creator. That we're created in his image and his likeness. As much as I've been an old die-hard Democrat, I thank God I'm not created in their image and their likeness. I'm created in the image and the likeness of God.
Amen.
It's a lot different there. See, we have failed in America, and we're failing miserably in America because we have allowed our churches to become nothing more than temples of people gathered together to tell God how pleased he should be to have us. Sacrifice of praise? Sacrifice ourselves on an altar? Present our body a living sacrifice? Are you kidding? A preacher, if he's going to ask that of me, I'm not going to follow him. But listen to what he gives us. He gives us liberty and freedom. Matthew, the 16th chapter. Jesus is telling us here in Matthew, the 16th chapter, how intelligent that we have actually become. The Pharisees also and the Sadducees came and tempting, desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. Everybody run around and wants a sign. Amen. I know every Sunday morning y'all get tired of listening to it. But listen to these ignorant television preachers and how stupid that men and women are to respond to them. God's going to give us a sign.